Welcome to another episode of SEO B.S, baby. In this episode, we're going to talk about what is the biggest mistake businesses make. What's the one biggest mistake businesses make? And even maybe your business, and we're all entrepreneurs here. We're all trying to build our brand, build a company, build our business, take our business to a higher level. Is this the mistake that your business is making today? Stick around. Let's find out. Now, of course, I have a story. Now, I've been pondering this topic for a while now, for a long time now, because I always want to connect, what are the mistakes that we make as an entrepreneur, as a business, as growing a business? What do we need to improve on? And this is something I started to notice. And just one day, it was kind of funny. One day, I'm just sitting back in the office. This is the office, by the way. And just a light bulb popped off. A light bulb kind of like boom, 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 boom. And I kind of got it because if you know me, for one, I continually interview inside the industry. I continually get hired as an SEO expert, SEO director, VP. I hate to say expert just because it kind of means that you kind of stop learning. So I hate to use that word. I don't really consider myself an expert. But anyway, kind of being in the field, kind of continually to interview, continually to go into companies and businesses to do their SEO, marketing, digital marketing, help expand their company. Then also helping clients as well, continuing talking to clients, talking to people. And one of the things that I noticed across the board, the main mistake businesses make, and it's going to astonish you here when I say this, what's the biggest mistake across the board with almost every single company does this? Not every, usually large brands don't do this. They're large for a whole reason when I tell you this. But this is, you have to come closer so I can tell you this. Come a little bit closer. Get closer to the TV. Bring your iPhone up to your ear, or so forth and so forth. But what's the biggest mistake businesses make? They hire cheap marketers, baby. It's really like an oxymoron when you think about it. Okay, when you think about a marketer, you think about an SEO expert, you think about a digital marketing expert, you think about you go to somebody that supposedly is supposed to be an expert to grow your company, to expand your company, to increase your profits, to increase gross profits every single month. But yet, you want the cheapest person inside your marketing department. And this is what I see across the board when I go, especially when I go into small companies. Small companies can still be making, 10, 15, $20 million a year. I mean, that's still a small company. And that's what I see across the board. When you go inside the marketing departments, this is what I see. And I've said this before. For one, I see interns, that make minimum wage, that take up lots of times half of the positions. The second thing I see is people with 1 or 2 years of experience, because that reflects the salary. That reflects the cheap salaries because they have no experience. You know what I mean? So they have no experience. They work for a marketing department to gain experience. Then in order for them to make more money, most of the time, they jump ship and go with a bigger brand. That's exactly what's happening. And this happens, in companies that's hire in-house. And this happens with marketing agencies. And this is why I always tell you with marketing agencies, I've worked with many agencies over the years. And this is the same thing they do. And it's scary on agencies because agencies even tell you, we hire experts. We hire experts, Chad. Experts is managing your business. But they hire the cheapest person, the cheapest people. And marketing agencies are crazy popular for hiring interns, for hiring people with 1 or 2 years of experience. So you can kind of guess, you hire an intern, you pay him minimum wage, you hire someone with 1 or 2 years of experience. In Los Angeles, you pay them a little bit more than minimum wage. What are they bringing to the table? What are they going to tell you as an entrepreneur, your business, how to build your company, how to market your company when they have no clue themselves? They're just learning what that agency is teaching them to teach you. That's all that's going on. So it doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? And this is what I see across the board. And I can only speak for, Los Angeles. We're seeing the salaries in Los Angeles. And when average rent, and even being modest with average rent, is $2,000, a month for probably a 1 bedroom. And salaries are minimum wage, $15 an hour. 17, 18 bucks an hour for a marketing manager, for a marketing specialist, for an SEO specialist, sometimes 20 bucks, 25 bucks an hour, which 25 bucks an hour is 50,000 a year. Then on top of it, within their job description they're searching for, they're looking for someone with 5+ years of experience. So you want somebody with 5+ years of experience, but yet you're paying them 50,000 a year in Los Angeles with a degree. Now get this, all my friends that are teachers make around 80 grand a year. That's with 5 years of experience with a master's degree. Okay, my friends that are accountants. Okay, as an accountant, right out of college, your salary is around 55, 60,000 in LA. With 2 or 3 years of experience, you can be a senior accountant and you can at least make 80, 90, or $100,000 a year. So why in the hell are marketing departments hiring marketing personnel and the salaries are like minimum wage salaries, but yet they're selling you on, we hire experts? They can't even build their own company. It doesn't make sense to me. And this is something I want to kind of tell you. Now, I know when you have a small company, I know it's hard to pay people. You know what I mean? Especially if you are on a tight budget. A lot of these companies are not on a tight budget. They're paying the accountant 100,000, but they want to pay the marketer 50,000. It doesn't outweigh. You know, they give me some crazy salaries sometimes. I'm thinking, I'm scratching my head like, seriously, I'm gonna come in and build your company and you want to pay me 50,000 a year when your accountant makes 100,000 a year? It makes no sense. Okay, I'm kind of bringing more to the table here. You know, I'm increasing your profits or gross profits. I'm making you more money. Okay, so I don't really want to ramble on and on and on about this, but it's something to think about. You know, if you want to hire a great marketer, a great copywriter, a great sales copy, you know, a great person that does SEO, you know, and if they got 5, 10, 15 years of experience, they're not going to work for you. The only thing you can find are interns and people with 1 or 2 years of experience. If you want to know why your marketing, you're not getting no results from your marketing and your marketing tactics or your marketing department, well, it's probably common sense here. It's probably because that's who you hire. You hire someone with no experience. Bottom line, you know, if you want to know why your marketing agency isn't getting you no results, now there's several things in there why they're not getting you results, because they're trying to scale the company, of course. But the biggest thing is that they have interns working on your stuff, working on your business. They have people with 1 or 2 years of experience working on your business. So what are they going to tell you? They've never built a company. They've never worked for a big brand. They've never been in startups. They've never built departments and accounts and so forth and so forth. They've done mergers and acquisitions, at least been there, at least be around the environment so they kind of know how to do it. Doesn't mean it's their company itself. But how can they give you advice? They can't. Bottom line. So this is just a suggestion, something I thought about. It was just kind of, you know, it just kind of bothered me and stuff like that, that you want to invest in your company. If you want great results, okay, you have to invest in that. If you want great results out of people, you have to invest a little bit more in your staff and your employees and your people, especially in the marketing department. I don't know. I mean, I just don't understand. I just don't know why that companies don't see the reflection of the marketing department, or putting money into developing their staff, you know, sending their staff to seminars and making them read books and stuff like that to learn more and more and more. That's just pretty much almost obsolete, you know, in companies and business today, especially in marketing departments. I mean, it's pretty shocking. But the thing is, if you want results, you're gonna have to, you know, rethink the strategy here. Now, of course, if you're under a tight budget, if you are a small company and you say, well, Chad, you know, I can't afford to hire someone for $100,000 a year. I just can't do it. All I can afford is someone with 50 grand, but then be honest with them. Okay. Honesty goes a long way. Okay, if I feel like you're ripping me off, well, I'm not going to take the job. If I go in and I figure out, well, you're paying the accountant $100,000, you're paying the HR director $100,000, but you want to pay me 60. Nah, I'm going to jump ship. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to do, because I'm going to feel like I'm taken advantage of. But if you're really honest with people will help you out. If you're honest, hey, you know, this is all I can afford. I'm trying to grow my brand, grow my company, grow my e-commerce company, grow my business. I need you here. I need you to help me out. Okay, and you feel like, if I feel like you're being honest with me, lots of times I've accept salaries like that, even in LA, because I feel like the person's really being honest. They really want to grow their company and grow their brand. They just don't have the resources yet. So, honestly goes a long way. Another thing you can think about is besides hiring full time, hire someone part time. Okay, if someone's not going to accept, $50,000 a year full time, working 40 hours a week, then you try to put them on salary and try to squeeze 60 hours a week from them. People's going to jump ship. You're going to have a high turnover. High turnover costs your company more money. So another thing to kind of think about is hire part time. Okay, a lot of people are looking for part-time work. You pay them 50 grand a year, but you pay them part-time. Maybe it's 20 hours a week, something like that. But for 20 hours a week, that's a little bit better money. So I can work 20 hours a week and still make $50,000 a year, and then I can go off and do other stuff. So, we're living in a different age. You kind of have to think out of the box. You can't think like a stereotypical corporation or a business or whatever. You got to think what works for you, and you got to think, kind of weave together that what would work great for your business. Another thing to kind of think about is, working from home, working remote. That's one of the things I bring with companies when I interview. If they want to give me a corny salary and I feel like they're being honest, they're just too small, they can't afford me. If they want to give me, 50,000, 60,000 a year, well, I negotiate. Well, I'll do it for you because I like you, and I want to be part of your company. But I want remote work. I want to work from home. That's my stipulation. I'll take the salary, but I want to work from home. Okay. Now, if they don't go with it, then I'm really going to walk away from it. But that's another thing to kind of think about too, is having someone work from home, having someone work remote. And I know the dangers that come with that. You want them in-house. You can control them. You can watch them. You can micromanage them, and so forth and so forth. So it's kind of scary to pay someone and they work from home and you don't know what they're doing. But there's a whole bunch of ways around it. We got so much technology now that you know what I'm doing. You can do daily reports, stuff like that. Where at the end of each day, I made out a little report that takes me 5-10 minutes and shoot over to you. That way you know exactly what I was working all day long, exactly what I fixed, and so forth and so forth. So those are just some ideas I'm kind of giving you. Sometimes we have to think outside of the box. If I want to hire someone from my company and help me out, well, I got to think out of the box too, because I can't afford it. Honestly, I can't afford to pay someone $100,000 to come in and help me out with my stuff. You know what I mean? So I got to think out of the box as well. What would be an advantage to them as well? What would be a perk to them as well? And that's kind of what you have to think about, kind of employee satisfaction, perks for working with you, and so forth and so forth. So other than that, my friends, that's all I wanted to give you. That's all I wanted to share with you, that little secret. But anyway, I'll see you in the next episode of SEO B.S, baby. Oh.